Well, morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? Not really? Good answer. Yep, this is your fellow zombie out here in Roseman, California, the Weaver, John C. No, we're not doing the diary, but we are going to be putting it on the diary. It's June 20th, 2023. And it's 4:21 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. I'm not even alive or awake yet for this, but I got maintenance guys coming over here, so this ought to be fun to deal with. I was also going through the YouTubes out there, and I came across an article. I was double checking and checking other sources to make sure I had this confusion right. Yeah, laptop's still trying to wake up, so there's another one. So it's too darn early for this one. But having a graduation pulled from you just because you're dancing across the street? No. Just a little bit of a shuffle of the feet, a little bit of a rhythm, a little saying a lot of things that mattered a great deal. And then you hear other people saying, "You can't do that. It's against the rules." Now, I've had a lousy graduation experience in high school myself, except I didn't dance across the street. People shunned me because of medical, not because of my heart, even though that would be. Excuse me one second. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm just trying to get things comfortable here. My royal office throne here. You ever had chicken pox before? I never had it. It's like the Attack of the Killer Zits, except it it's just like crazy, and you gotta slather yourself with calamine lotion all over the affected areas. And that's a lot of affected areas, not to mention I made a living room into a bedroom. Couch had to be lined with linen. Had to be washed on a daily basis to make sure that I wasn't contaminating anybody and everybody, and everybody stayed off the couch. I had to be observed for about a week or two. Growing up as a kid, I didn't have the opportunity of having that kind of a disease hit me, because if I did, everybody would be freaking out saying, "Oh my God, it's going to hit his heart. Once it hits his bloodstream, he's dead." Immunized, stuck, used as a lab rat, just to keep me alive and going. But there is no cure for chickenpox. There's none. You just have to get through the damn shit. And worse off is, as an adult, you have to deal with shingles afterwards. At least that they have an immunization for the shingles virus. Because the chickenpox is a carrier for the damn thing. I haven't had it yet, thank God, but I still have to check with the doctors on this one. My graduation damn near wasn't there because of the chickenpox. About a week or two before school started, I started work at a bowling alley Memorial Weekend. And I had worked in another job before, but in the park area. And I wasn't exposed to chickenpox. Anybody else? We didn't have that kind of problem. But somehow or another, I got exposed to somebody who actually had chickenpox. The weekend went fine. I went home. And then I started getting these red blotches all over the damn place. I'm like, "Wow, what the hell is this?" She takes me over to the doctor's office real fast. "That's confirmed, Marianne. He's got chickenpox." "You gotta be kidding me, Doc." "No. You're staying home." "Wait a second. I'm going to be graduating in about a week or two. You're telling me I got to stay home for this?" "You got to stay home until you get past the incubation period, and after that, then you can do it. This is where you're mostly infected." Ma actually had the chickenpox, I think. Because He tested her out. She had antibodies for it. She is protected. David had chicken pox. They're protected. They had the antibodies for the thing. Why did I have to get it? Oh, what the hell. So, the week is over. I've already watched a lot of television. Stayed at home. Didn't contact with anybody. Just stayed at home. Drove me nuts. Week before graduation, I'm staying at home. These are the days I go through the tests. I mean, they could bring her work home. I could do the paperwork, bring it back. Problem is, I couldn't do that. So, it's been about over a week. And the doctor's asking my questions, and she's seeing me, checking me out. Go back over to the doctor's office. He's checking me out. Now remember, young man, don't scratch and pick these things off, otherwise they're going to be scarring you for life. Like, yeah, right, sure. He wasn't kidding. There have been a few areas of my skin that throughout my life I had it filled with pock marks. I didn't like the shit out of me. I didn't like the way it was itching, and I wanted to get the shit off of me. What's it gonna hurt? Just over here, just. Yeah, right. Well then, here comes graduation day. Paperwork's turned in. We get the authorization from the doctor for me to graduate. People knew that I actually had something out there because they looked at me and said, "Oh my God, what the hell's happening to him?" I still had the pockmarks on my face. But I'm past the incubation period. Doesn't matter. I got pockmarks on my face. So, I'm allowed to cap. I'm allowed to graduation. You know how it goes is you get this empty folder. You shake the hands. I can't even. People don't shake hands. They're like, I get the paperwork and I can't even hug anybody. One person that could, she had the chicken pox. The others are like, I was treated like a leper. The students would get their actual paperwork in another office as soon as everything else is cleared out. If they owed any library debts, they had to pay them up. They had to take care of it. Otherwise, they're not getting the paperwork. And they're like, here you go, Mr. Weaver. I'm not contagious. I don't care. Estonia. You know, I didn't do any dancing up at the stages. I had the white cover, and I was showing it to the family, and actually showed the paperwork to my family. My family are all around me. They had the chicken pox. I mean, they had it when they were young, so it didn't bother them as much. And I looked like the Attack of the Killer Zits on my graduation picture. And I was shunned by a lot of people. Simply because I had a medical condition. I didn't go up and dance and anything else like that. I was too damn sore, excited, and scared as hell, but I was graduating out of high school. I wanted the moment to be special, and what the hell happened? I got shunned by the teachers, and maybe one teacher just kind of cringed because I hugged her. But one of the office staffs over there, named Jean, God bless her soul, God bless her soul, she actually hugged me. And everybody else avoided me like the plague. I wanted to shake hands, saying, say something. And I saw the look in their faces, and I saw the people's body language, and it's, you're a disease. Well, the face was still full of recovering, and the stuff was drying off. Didn't matter. I graduated looking like the Attack of the Killer Zits, and I had the pictures to prove it. Not that I'm going to be posting it online, but I came across Artist in Recovery's video concerning about kids and their behaviors that they wanted to do. And the thing of it is, back then even we were told if we acted up, we weren't going to get our paperwork. It's that simple. You didn't argue. You didn't act up. You didn't dress up. I mean, yeah, people are probably wearing dress shirts or jeans and t-shirts. That's what I wore, jeans and t-shirts underneath the damn robe. And yeah, it was the biological thing right there. You know, it's one thing getting the stigma because I had a heart condition. All through my life, I had to be wary about it. I had to have special classes because the regular PE classes would have been killing me. So I had to be put in special classes where the training was a little lighter, but still qualified to be considered as PE. I didn't have that in elementary school. There was no special program called Mainstay. But when I got into junior high, that's when I had it, and that's offered tutors, special classes for those who are having challenges. I had to be put into a challenging class. Or sections, anyway. I get tutoring for the stuff I needed help on just to get up to speed with everybody. Sometimes I avoided them like the plague because I didn't want to deal with the damn shit, but I had to deal with it anyway. I had no choice. My family would hear about it one way or another. Dealing with school, I had to deal with everything else on a regular basis. Sometimes I actually had to help, and other times I didn't. And the physical classes they had over there, you know, they were trying to be easy on me. Learned how to play a little tennis, a little racquetball. I didn't stress my heart out by doing laps, unfortunately. I was still worrying about if I was going to kill myself out there or not. I was trying to do everything else I could to stay healthy and not get any kind of bugs and not get that kind of crap. And other times I just didn't care. But to me, it mattered a great deal on that day of graduation. I'm saying goodbye to people I've been through the area for about 4 years on a campus. You think maybe, just maybe, these people would understand that I'm not going to see these guys again. They were part of my life while I was going through the academia. And it hurt like hell. It hurt like hell. But that's medical. The articles that Daryl, the Artist in Recovery, kept talking about, and I did a little research on YouTube myself just to see some of the stuff going back a few years. One school was going through a legal process with the state of Texas, trying to get diplomas going. And they had this legal tussle going on. Kids who already graduated are pissed off because now they can't go to places that they got scholarships for and grants for. They're held back because they don't have any graduation dates mentioned on the damn paperwork. And the paperwork was being held up by the school and by state. Or how about there was another one that this one girl wanted to dance. Actually, yeah, she wanted to dance. I think I saw that one that artist was talking about. Or a kid wearing Mexican colors because he was proud of his heritage, proud of his family. His family was proud of him. He wanted that special moment like crazy, and then the school's like, you didn't do it the right way. The right way was for him to conform and comply and deal with the rules and regulations, because beyond the gates of school, people had their own rules and regulations they had to follow through. Corporates have the rules and regulations, laws and order out there. You had to conform and comply. But in a moment of graduation, you think that maybe somehow there would have been maybe a little bit of a soft shoe shuffle or something like that. Something to say that I made it. I feel happy. But now we got to be like programmed robots at this point over here. And it makes me wonder how the hell I'm going to be able to react, and if there is any latitude for an adult to get up on the stage and make a fool of himself, or make speech, or something permitted. Students did it. Young kids did it because they were happy to get the hell out of there. And there's one kid I was seeing on a video. She gets her paperwork. She doesn't sit with the rest of her class like everybody else. She walks out and goes to Applebee's. And she's doing a video about this damn thing. And the officials are like, everyone's like, because she bothered to walk across past the students who've already got their diplomas or still in the process, and she goes and bolts out of the damn school. She's out of there. Once you get your paperwork, that's it, you're gone. You get your transcripts, you get your graduation paperwork, you're gone. Your history, you're out of there. What the hell do they care? No, some people said, no, you couldn't do that because what you did was wrong. That's not the proper way. You know, sometimes I had to say, on that one. You're graduating out of school. You're a kid. You want to make a statement. You want to make a mark. You want to tell them, look, I survived. K through 12, here I am. And you're taking away that moment? The kid who wore the Mexican shirt couldn't even get the damn school to acknowledge. The principal leaned and said, that's the wrong attitude, that's the wrong attire, and denied him his opportunity. Denied a pivotal moment. Because the kid bothered to buck the system a bit. It makes me wonder how the hell I'm going to be able to deal with it as an adult. Because I'm going to be lumbering up there with a damn cane when it's going to be my time. And I'm going to be watching this. I'm going to be watching, seeing how the students are. And the thing of it is, the difference between them and me, I had a high school moment I was screwed up in time, but at least I had pictures of it. I was smiling. My face looked like it was pockmarked like crazy because it was. My family was holding on to me because they had the chicken pox. But this is not about behavior, though. This is the only time that they've actually been with me to graduate with me. And my time's coming up, about a semester and a half or two, when I'm going to be telling people, despite what their rules would say at this point over here, they want us to wear the traditional caps and gowns and be about it. And the only thing I could say about it is, why would you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? Why not? I gone through this particular school. And what would be my reaction and what would be my actions? Hold on to this damn thing. What would be the most important thing for me to go through and say at this point? And tell people that graduation is important and it marks a point in your life that you are doing something that's worthwhile and that you need to do this because this is the time to do it. But for me, I can't do that. I'd like to have my family look at me and be embarrassed as hell, but they're not going to be there for it, are they? No, they're not going to be there at all. Because the hardest damn thing about going through a graduation ceremony, especially when you're in my bracket, is having the people over there to celebrate it with you. The people that I cared about a great deal that saw me through the high school are no longer here. They're gone. They're gone. And I have to deal with that. I have to cope with that. The hardest damn thing is for me to have control over my emotions at this point. Simply put, I don't think I am going to have any control over it. I probably will be feeling nostalgic. I'll be feeling more stressed than anything else during that time. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this damn camera to work here. Cell phones work that way. And not to mention, I really need to get a haircut. But I'll be going through a moment that my family will not be there alive. I won't have any people special enough to see me graduate, and I can tell them we did it. I'll go up there alone. I'll be seeing strangers in these stands. I'll be seeing strangers, or maybe a few recognizable people in the students, if I actually make acquaintance or two. But the hardest thing about graduating alone is you're alone. It's helpful to have friends and family to be there to cheer you on. But nobody else going to cheer me on. That's what I keep looking at. I mean, I see some of the friendly faces that have been living here past few years that hadn't moved out of here. Are they going to be there for me too? Will I be there to share the moment with them? There's a friend's daughter has been growing up. I've seen her from a kid all the way to a basketball player who's ready to take on the world. She's got her hopes and dreams. I'd like to attend her graduation just because I want to attend her graduation. I wanted to cheer her on and show her that a graduation ceremony is supposed to be this way. And the thing is, I'll be looking at a stage cold and barren. Despite the fact I may have a few adults over there that probably knew me when I first started at Grand College several years ago. There won't be any speeches for it. I'll probably be telling them, and I'll probably be posting this and having a link with the college. There's a lot of videos I like to do for it. But the thing is, I'll be telling them, when you get out into the world's going to see you for who and what you are, and they have their own viewpoints. At that moment that you're on the stage, there's a lot of things you have to comply with. And you're not going to like it. But I've been pushing it. I've been trying to push it. I'm trying to tell people that this graduation is well worth it. Because I did it for my mother, I did it for my brother, but mostly I did it for myself. I screwed up over 30 plus years ago. As a snot-nosed kid with chicken pox on his face. goes into a college and he was not ready for it. He's not prepared for it. He's not ready in here and he's not ready in here. It's not the book knowledge. Going through a pre-college program in high school gave me a little bit of advantage, but not the shock value of going through a college system. The bureaucracy is needed and the bureaucracy is dealt with, and then dealing with the classes and the professors. Instead of dealing 20 weeks, we're dealing 16 weeks. Short and intense, and you have to keep up. Fix the grade. Turn it in late, you're screwed. Partial credit, or maybe no credit, and there goes your grade value. Everything's on the clock on that one. You have to be an adult, you have to be mature about things. You can't be a smart ass, a smart mouth about it. You're going to college and they expect you to act like an adult. And I was still a kid. And I had to grow up 30 years. So at this point I'll probably be crossing the great stage. But I'll be looking at the stands because there'll be, if there are any people where they recognized me and wanted to be there, fine. And for the most part, the two most important people in my life won't be there. And it becomes a lonely place at that point. See, there's no guarantee I'm going to hold it. Because I know one thing. My family will be seeing it in spirit. But I wanted them to be there physically just to hold me and tell me I did good. Tell me it was about damn time. Tell me it was well worth it. And probably tell me, it took you 30 frickin' years to do this? What took you so long? Have my family tell me that they're proud of me. And I can finally tell them, I'm sorry about the overdue disappointment. She wanted me to have a life, you know, if I graduated with a degree or two and have a life. And the life I had, could have been, should have been, but it wasn't. I dealt. I lived. I loved. I lost. And I come up on a stage. And it'll be the loneliest place for me to be. People are worrying and freaking out about kids overreacting on stages. Everyone was shattering themselves. I'm like, dude, get over it. You get on with it, you survive, you bust your ass one way or another. You find another outlook. You find another way. You change your goals, you change your dreams. You move on and push on. You lose people left or right and you're more like crazy. But still, you have to put the moleskin back on because that's what people expect you to do. And you push and you push. Sometimes you have to push people out of your way to get to where you need to get to. I'll be coming up at a crossroads when I get out of Antelope Valley College. I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of my adult life, which is going to be short enough anyway. I mean, hell, if I had the 30 years. If I had done this over 30 years ago, I wouldn't be in this situation here. But you know what? I had to deal with it. I had to cope with it. I deal with life on life's terms. I come to accept that. I deal with it. Not happy about some things, but you know, things happen, you deal with it. You grow the moleskin. The hardest damn thing is to grow the moleskin, especially when you lose family members left and right. Especially the ones that are close to you. The ones that you want to see in the stands that are watching you approvingly. Cheering you on. But when I go on that stage, it's going to be crickets. There'll be crickets. And I'll be taking it from them. And I'll probably just stop for 1 minute just to look. Look for a moment. See what it is. Even if I had a few people cheering me on, it would be something, but the two major people. I suppose at that moment, a roller coaster kicks in. And I'll be going out the stage with tears in the face. Because there'll be a lot of mixed emotions during that time. You think a student, a kid, can understand about disappointment. I know it. And yeah, that's a hell of a slap in the face. You see the paperwork dashed away or pulled away because you didn't do what they wanted you to do for the last time.